right now, there's a dock strike taking place across the eastern seaboard of the United States, basically strong-arming the country into paying them or shutting everything down. Israel, they are just chucking bombs all over the place. Bombs that reportedly they got from Iran, who reportedly got them from Afghanistan when we, the United States, left. Yeah, that's crazy. Jersey, guys, they are the vote to keep the books that have very illicit, not suitable for children imagery inside of them. Yeah, that's up for vote in the Senate now. And oh, speaking of Iran, yeah, Trump's now blaming them for those pew pew situations. You know, the attempts upon his person. Yeah, Trump's now. Oh yeah, Iran. Yeah, they're the one doing it. So I decided to start the first minute of this video off with things more important than a stupid video game. But now, yeah, let's talk about this stupid ass video game. Ghost of Yotai or Yote, I'm not particularly sure how to say it, is just another in a long list of reasons that I have not participated in this generation of gaming. Okay? Now, there is a lot of cope taking place on the internet with everybody who has an issue with this situation, proclaiming how I don't mind playing as a woman. I don't mind playing as a woman. I mind playing as a woman. I mind experiencing anything in the feminine form. Why? Because I'm not a woman. I'm a man. Got testicles. I respect the fact that I have feelings and emotions, but I also, and that's the thing, as men, we do have these things, but the way in which we display them is the biggest difference between us. Well, one of the biggest differences between us, because men and women are not the same thing. Yet, it would seem that lately, whenever anything dudes like you see where I went with this. Anything that dudes like comes up and it gets really big, well then, you got all the femininity to just come through and vag it all up. Because that is reportedly, I'm not going to see this movie, but that's reportedly what happened with Joker. It's now a musical with Lady Gaga, and after the first movie was such an incredible movie, such an incredible experience, you know, with that open-ended ending. It was left up to question. You were wondering what was real, what was made up, and the fact that reportedly this movie, quote unquote, answers all that. It takes a lot of the mystique away, and it ruins the fun. And that is, fellas, if we're being honest here, and that's the whole point of this channel, is to be honest. That's kind of the whole point of the ladies, right? Like, fellas, I mean, we love them. We love them without a doubt. There is nothing better than being just balls deep and letting that shot off, fellas. I mean, let's be real. Vagina is awesome. But let's also be real. It has its drawbacks. And one of the things that they've been doing over the past 40, 50, 60 years is slowly trying to massage this idea that we're all equals, which we are not. We've had this conversation before, right? Nobody's equal, let alone men and women, because men and women aren't the same thing. But the most nefarious part of it all is how this ideology which has used women, particularly feminism, Marxism, communism, socialism, all these different ideologies use women and basically lie to women under this precipice that, yeah, you don't need a man, you are not the same as a man, and it's gone so hard and so far and so fast into splitting us apart and separating us. To whereas now when you look into the data behind the upcoming election, right? It's like men, Trump, women, Kamala. And that really goes to the entire point of this whole video, that it's never truly about Democrats or Republicans or, this side or that side. Like generally, culturally speaking, it's more along the lines of the feminine and the masculine, and this in one of the most nefarious and dangerous things that has happened over the course of our lifetimes, to whereas now, we have all of these young women out here like, oh yeah, I'm a lesbian and I'm a dyke and all this other fun shit, and licking on plastic like it's an actual man, and it's the craziest thing ever. But our culture has allowed that delusion, people to be able to live in such delusions, to live in ignorance. I mean, our public schools are really designed to stimulate intellectually, right? Have people asking questions. It's more about just knowing how to take the test, not particularly knowing what's within the test. And we have suffered collectively because of it. I mean, that's just what it is. So when it comes to Ghost of Yatai, personally, I would love to see the continuation of Jin's story, but at the same time, even if it were the continuation of Jin's story, I'm more than positive, because we've gone over this when it comes to Sony in particularly, that this is what they want. This is what they've been pushing. This is like they take his they feminize the story even more so, because the first Ghost of Tsushima, like, they went out of their way to make sure that no one was overly attractive or sexualized or in any real way. Like, Jin didn't hook up with Yuna. And then another red flag that we've gone over on this channel before was the disavowalment and complete desecration of Days Gone. And you guys want to know the crazier part? Another reason why this video has been made is because Days Gone and Ghost of Tsushima are like the last two original IPs that I've played, that I've been introduced to, that I was like, yo, this shit is dope. I really enjoyed the experience. And both, one's dead and this one's, they replace this. And speaking of which, before we say goodbye on this, apparently there are some Sony executives who were completely taken aback by this. Like, wait, what the fuck? Because they've been pulling this shit in video games for, like, they kicked it into overdrive in 2020, and guys, this is just what the situation is. But fellas, I have absolutely no doubt that we will do as we always have done: adapt and continue and move on, because that's what we're men. It's what we do. And I personally look forward to not playing this and seeing exactly how few of you decide to take up the reins of this bullshit. So guys, with that being said, all the stuff, all the internet shit, right there in the comments. Till the next one.